Welcome to Celebrity Undercurrent, where we dive beneath the surface of fame and royalty to uncover the truths the headlines only hint at. Today's story, Sarah Ferguson, the Duchess no more. Once one of the most recognizable women in the royal family, she's now facing a complete unraveling of her public identity, from losing her title to distancing herself from scandal and redefining who Sarah Ferguson really is. So, what really happened behind palace doors? And how is she coping as her royal world collapses? Again, it all began with a statement that shocked even royal insiders, although in some ways it could have been expected. On October 17, 2025, Prince Andrew announced, with the king's full agreement, that he would no longer use the title Duke of York in any official or private capacity. Almost immediately, Sarah Ferguson followed suit. After decades of being known globally as the Duchess of York, she quietly dropped the title from her public image. Multiple news sources have been constantly touching on this. According to People magazine and GB News, Ferguson updated her social media accounts, removing the name Duchess entirely. Even her famous handle, No Sarah the Duchess, was gone. For the first time in nearly 40 years, she was simply Sarah Ferguson. There was a symbolic move, while also being painful as well. Sources close to Ferguson told Cosmopolitan she was furious about the loss, calling the title a part of who she was. An unimaginable shock for her and her identity, but in public, she kept her tone polished. In a statement to GB News, she expressed unwavering support for Andrew and said she would always do anything for the king. Observers say this was classic Fergie, the eternal optimist, fiercely loyal even when the world turns against her. A difficult reality and shock for her to face. But behind the smile, insiders say she's grappling with an identity crisis, stripped of her royal name and left to rebuild herself once again. A painful future to face on your own for most, but for Fergie it is a different path. Almost immediately, Ferguson began her next act, a quiet rebrand. She began signing official documents under her full legal name, Sarah Margaret Ferguson. Her team has reportedly been preparing new branding for her charity work, lifestyle projects, and publishing ventures. In a recent post, she described herself as filled with gratitude and hope, hinting at a softer, more humanitarian direction for her public image. Still, royal watchers noticed the shift. Gone were the Duchess symbols and royal crests. In their place, pink tones, modern fonts, and motivational quotes. It's a complete visual break from the palace, a rebirth of sorts, but even as she rebranded, old ghosts resurfaced. In September 2025, The Washington Post and The Times revealed emails from 2011 showing Ferguson calling convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein a supreme friend, a definite negative in the court of public opinion. After the revelations, several of her longtime charities cut ties. Ferguson admitted it was a terrible error of judgment, claiming she was acting out of fear and desperation at the time. Her spokesperson later added that she had been under threat from Epstein, a chilling statement that sparked more questions than answers. For Ferguson, this was another wave in a lifetime of scandal and survival. Despite the fallout, Ferguson remains defiant. She still lives at Royal Lodge, the home she shares with Prince Andrew, though reports suggest financial pressure could eventually force them to downsize. While she has lost the title, she hasn't lost her voice. Ferguson has been active online, focusing on messages of resilience and positivity. In one of her recent posts, she wrote about standing tall in truth, a statement many believe reflects her mindset after the royal split. And though her royal chapter seems to be closing, she's making it clear she's not done telling her story. Royal commentators say this may be Ferguson's true transformation, from scandal-shadowed ex-royal to independent public figure. She once said in an interview with Vanity Fair after the Queen's passing that she finally felt liberated, free to speak her truth without royal restraint. Perhaps losing her title is the final step in that liberation. Sarah Ferguson is no longer Her Grace. She is once again just Sarah. And maybe that's exactly who she's meant to be. From palace privilege to personal reinvention, Sarah Ferguson's journey shows us that even in the royal world, titles can vanish, but resilience endures. What do you think? Is Fergie a victim of royal politics, or a survivor finally breaking free from her past? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love untangling royal scandals, subscribe to Celebrity Undercurrent for more stories that reveal what really happens behind the velvet curtain. Don't forget to share and hit the notifications button